You're not gonna believe this. My mic was muted this whole time. I don't know why. I've been streaming for what, 30 minutes already? 20 minutes? And nobody said anything. I'm not gonna lie, the chasm sucked ass to explore.
Bruh.
Sumer was
Really, nigga?
I just got cucked. What is this? What is this? Okay. What is that for? In front of a giant ruin machine. This has its own quest.
Huh?
What the f- What the hell? It's on? Who turned it on? I don't have any stamina. What the fuck am I supposed to do about this? Sayu, go. Go. We're fucking out of here. What the hell is going on? Please. Please. I beg of you. Go, Sayu. Oh my god. What do you think of the Cyberpunk anime? It's really, really good. It made me almost impulse buy Cyberpunk. But Cyberpunk is still a fucking Ubisoft game, so I'll wait. I'll wait specifically for when Cyberpunk hits less than $30, and then I'll stream it or I'll put some content on the second channel or something like that. Because that sounds like an experience. I haven't even watched Arcane yet because I just don't have that much interest in League of Legends lore. Maybe I'll watch it because it just made the lore, like, it just expanded on it and made it better. I really don't hope that, like, for Edge Runner, for Cyberpunk lore to be like Star Wars lore, where everything that's not canon is just better than the canon shit. Right? Like, everybody knows that the Star Wars movies suck ass. All of them. They all kind of suck ass. They're not fun to watch. Maybe when they were first debuted, they were fun to watch. But now that everybody knows how they go and everything, they're just not fun to watch. Especially considering, like, the video games are just way more action-packed. It's just that kind of thing. I really don't hope Cyberpunk turns into that. What the fuck? Stop that! What? Shut the fuck up, Paimon! Stop that! I'm fucked up my entire rotation because of that! Fuck off, Paimon! Stop! Holy shit! What the fuck? Was not expecting that. Oh, well, I use this first. Doesn't really matter who I hit with this. Oh, I wanted to check my energy levels, so Chamber 3 might be a pain. I completely forgot to cast Kali's Burst. What was I? Let's retry. I just brain farted there. What happened? Also, these guys take a ton of knockback, so I'm probably not even gonna get a burning proc on all of them anyways. I know you're right here, dude, but I can't target you. I'm supposed to be able to break these with catalyze reactions, but that doesn't seem to be the case. He has a lot more health than I thought he did. This team is going to be fine. So, do you think theorycrafters are just uneducated? No. My biggest problem with theorycrafters nowadays is that if they show numbers, they don't show work or the context the numbers fit in. Which is obnoxious. I hate that. Yeah, because if I could follow along with the steps they took to reach the conclusion they concluded, I think that theorycrafters would just be better, but that's just not how it works. That's cool that theorycrafters can use Excel and all, but, like, you gotta give context for your numbers. Like, I know, like, what they make a lot of comparisons to, like, meta characters and say, oh, well, this character doesn't do exactly what this character does, so it's automatically bad, which is, like, something that just bothers me, you know? Just like, oh, it's said in middle school. Yeah, because it's really important to, like, verify things, because the biggest problem with numbers in this community is a lot of people will just believe them because they did the numbers, and they won't go through the lengths to verify said numbers. And usually, if you actually go up and verifying, they might not be correct. For example, there was a video that 1010 put out called "The Freeze Team That Took the World by Storm." It involved like Kokomi, Ayaka, Rosaria, and Kazuha, which that sounds like a pretty mid fucking freeze team, and it turns out it was. It's just China was kind of hyping it up because like some guy really wanted Kokomi to be good, so he stole a bunch of like spreadsheet numbers from someone else and just put Kokomi's name on it. That's what he did to try and like increase Kokomi's perception, right? But he was kind of found out immediately in China, and like 1010 took that video down. Personally, I think 1010's videos would be better if he put just a little bit of like thought into them. Like, please. It's not because I don't like that, like some people will also just idolize China and their team comps, saying, oh, well, the China is doing this differently than us, so clearly it must be better. No, China, the reason why China's meta is the way it is because they don't pick their characters based on efficiency. They pick their characters based on ease of use and convenience, and that is it. Why do they use Shield or Yanfei? Because it's fucking easy. It's way easier than using Toma. That's why Shield or Yanfei is a thing. That's why it's popular. It's not because it's good. No, it's definitely not good. Why did China idolize freeze teams? It's not because freeze teams are good. Freeze teams fucking suck ass. As an Ayaka main, I know freeze teams suck ass. They're not very good. Why are they popular in China? Because of their ease of use. Their easiest fucking thing to play. Because the enemy doesn't move. They just sit there and you let them wail on you, right? Why did people use like, I don't know. National, it's not I mean it is good, it is a good team, but it's also extremely easy to use, and none of the characters in that team can have their damage interrupted at all, which makes it, well, easy. Honestly, if I were to tell this to, like, I don't know, a lot of people in the community, I feel like that'd be called a schizo. Like, Chongyun can be replaced by like any other character in the game, and it'd still be a good team. The reason why Chongyun is in that team is because his C2 makes it so that your rotations are faster because he reduces all your cooldowns. What makes a team good? Mainly just the way the characters interact with each other, and I guess I'll just make hold on. I think there's like just a general way that people set up teams. That just makes the most sense. But generally, these are how teams are formed. And what makes a good team from a bad team in this format is energy particle generation, right? For example, if you put like Lisa and Yai Miko on a team, right? Who's gonna be the battery? Like, let's quickly make a Hyper Bloom team. We have a sub DPS plus main DPS, so that's gonna be, in my case, Kuki Shinobu. We got Kokomi for comfort and buffs, but she also does damage with Clam. And then we need our other sub DPSs. So that would be our Dendro Traveler, and then we have Xingqiu for more Hydro application. And this team works as a Hyper Bloom team. Let's make another team. Ganyu Melt is typically Ganyu, who is our main carry. We have our Bennett, who's comfort support. You put a sub DPS in this slot, but we also want utility. And in Ganyu's case, utility is Zhongli's Omni Shred Shield, even though he's technically also a comfort character. And then last, we need our sub DPS, so Xiangling pairs well with Bennett, right? But let's make something unorthodox. Let's make an Electro Charge team with Kazuha as the main carry. It doesn't have to be Electro Charge. It can be Overvape as well. Yeah, let's do Overvape. So we have Kazuha. We have our Bennett for Pyro Infusion, so we don't need to use Xiangling. We can bring Xingqiu or Candice, but since it's flexible, that'll be our flex slot. And then for Electro, we can use, I guess, anybody really, but probably the one that works probably the best is either Fischl or Lisa. So that's another flex slot. And that would be a Kazuha Overvape team. So let's talk about maybe teams that don't work. Is usually characters with high energy costs or that aren't very good with particle generation. Something like this, you need to find a way to battery these characters to give them energy. Eula is a prime example of that. You can't just run like Eula and then Yai Miko on the same team. Even though you get Super Conduct, Yai Miko doesn't generate enough particles to help Eula out. Eula wants a lot of cryo characters to where she wants triple cryo, usually. So what you can do with that is you can go Eula, You can go either Electro Traveler or Dory. Dory's not here, but pretend she is. And then we want more cryo characters. So ideally, Rosaria. With C6, she shreds physical resistance. And then one more character that will generate a bunch of particles. We can run Kaya here, or we can run Fischl here for electro resonance, which will give us particles when we do an electro reaction. Let's say we don't have a Dory, or we don't really want to invest into Electro Traveler. Then what we could do is run Diona, because Diona is our comfort character in crowd, and she also generates a decent amount of particles, and she has access to Sacrificial Bow. And then Rosaria, and then you have a flexible Electro slot to run Superconduct. But what it couldn't be is a character like Lisa, because Lisa also has high energy requirements, and there's no one on this team that can basically afford to battery her. Even though Lisa does give good defense like Shred with her burst, and that's really good for physical units, you need to find a second Electro character on that team. So you'd have to run Fischl Lisa. But then this team does less damage than just running triple cryos, right? That'd be an example of a bad team. I feel like I've only ever watched good mid anime unless you're a Rent-A-Girlfriend hater. I've never even seen Rent-A-Girlfriend, but the premise of it sounds cringe, so I don't want to watch it. Like, come on, who's like so much of a loser that they would consider renting a girlfriend? Like, come on. Actually, think about that. Does that just not sound immediately cringy to you? Enjo Kohai or something, but what is that? Hold on, let me Google this. Wait, a friend of yours actually accepted being paid to go. What the hell? That's literally compensated dating. That's sugar daddy shit, right? Yeah. Why did I Google this? Why? Enjo, bruh. I wish I did Google that. Yeah, I learned that out the hard way. That's a term. Well, the term didn't come up first. The hentai did. And then it just removed all the other searches. But yeah. Anyway, guys. I'm gonna call it for today. So, yeah. Later, guys. Peace.